DAFT is a great opportunity if done correctly. Bear with me, and I'm gonna show you what are the risks of moving to the Netherlands on a DAFT visa beyond administration. Hi, this is Rossella and I'm the founder of Going Expat. With Going Expat, I help and support people who want to move to the Netherlands from any countries. And my goal is to support them beyond admin because moving abroad is a lot about culture, about mentality, and about knowing the risk. I help you moving with awareness and in a sustainable way. So here we go. And the topic of today is moving on a DAFT visa. And no, I'm not going to explain you how all the admin works. There are many detailed info on the IND website, which is the official source for all this kind of information. It doesn't mean that I don't help people moving to the Netherlands and apply for DAFT. I do that with the support of an expert. So yes, I can definitely guide you through all the steps to apply and get your DAFT visa. But today I want to talk beyond admin. So here we go. DAFT is often presented as an easy path to move to the Netherlands, but I have seen cases of people that are thinking to leave or they are struggling because they misunderstood what it is really about. In fact, what people think about DAFT is normally 4,500 euro and you are in. You can freelance casually. You'll figure it out later. Well, this contrasts with the reality, especially in a so high demanded country as the Netherlands. In fact, DAFT is not just a visa, it's a business obligation. You must run a real business. You not just have to invoice occasionally somebody, and the IND can resist. In fact, when you move on a DAFT visa, you're basically moving on an entrepreneur visa. There are two ways to get that. The first one is moving your business from USA to the Netherlands, or you're gonna start a brand new business. So you need to have a project, you need to have a business plan, and you need to submit that to the IND. And yes, it is true that 90% of the business get confirmed by the IND. So basically, you get your visa and the possibility to move and work in the Netherlands as a business owner. But what happened next? How it is possible the IND can resist this? Well, because of what I just said. The business has to be real. You really need to have enough clients to invoice monthly and not just randomly or occasionally when something happen and is on your way. Many people arrive without having a clear offer, having done any market validation, and don't have a Dutch based client strategy. Yes, because of course, on the DAFT, you can work with clients that are all around the world, but at a certain point, you need to figure out what is the business, what is the market you are putting yourself in, and what is the competition, and what you can do better, and how you can work. And now you can actually keep on having clients, because let's be honest, it's not that easy. The people want to keep a long-term relationship, especially when are one-on-one with business owners that are on the other side of the world. Instead, it will be easier for them but also for you to have clients close to you. But this is not even the main issue. The main issue is not having a clear business plan, is not having done proper market research and work on that in advance, even before moving, even before requiring the DAF. What's the risk? Well, it's quite easy. No income, and then you cannot sustain your stay. There is also a tax structure that very often is complicated. ZZP versus BFA. So there are differences between being a ZZP and being a BFA company. There are costs involved that are different. There are structure mistakes that you can easily make. There are obligations that you might miss. So you really have to have all figured out before even apply for the DAFT visa. And then another issue that can come is US tax obligation plus Dutch taxes. So don't forget that if you are American, things can work a little bit different than for other people coming from other countries. This is where if you don't have expert advice but only one person experience advice stays the danger. DAFT doesn't guarantee income. Freelancing in a new country where you don't have a network, where you don't know the people, where you don't know the mentality, and probably don't speak a word of the language is harder than expected. Also, on top of the business structure, you need to think about building a new life for yourself and your family. Do you really think this is easy? DAFT is temporary at the beginning. Renewal of the DAFT depends on business activity and sustainability. Many people don't think about it at all. They arrive, they just see an easy way to get out of the country because for any reason they want to leave US, and then they will think about the rest afterwards. But let me tell you that as a European in the Netherlands and having been here for a decade, speaking the language, I also sometimes struggle with my own business because I had to start all over again. All the network that was around me while I was working as an employee wasn't the right network I needed to work as a ZZP, as a freelancer. So I had to really create it again. I really had to read the rules again. I had to figure out what were the difference between 10 years ago and today. And this is what I do for my clients all the time. Either they are moving to the Netherlands or they are already here and they need some support for any kind of reason. They can be personal life or business life. Why? Why the misinformation happens? Well, that's simple. People share success stories early and easily. It's not so common to share about the struggles or where they had to quit and do something different. People haven't renewed yet, so they don't know exactly what is gonna be that the IND will check to decide to renew or not their DAFT visa, so they don't see the full picture. What are the actions that you can already think about now? Validate your business before moving. Talk to accountant. Talk to immigration experts. Plan 6 to 12 months runaway. Understand both system, Dutch and American. My experience working with clients that had made this plan before moving had the result of less stress, more awareness, a sustainable process to move together with their family, and having clear expectation. That all helped also building the business and go talking to people, create the network because everything was clear from the beginning. What I consistently see is that people that are just finding the easy way to run away, they end up really struggling. Also, remember that freelancing is not for everybody, and there is nothing wrong with that. If you deep dive, you don't have that call, well, then maybe it is better for you to look for a sponsorship. And sometimes also maybe in a country that requires less or that is more easy or cheaper to live in. All of this is not about telling you that people who are sharing their experience are wrong. They are right, and I will always say that is insightful and is inspirational and is interesting to see what are the experience of the other people. But what works for one person may not apply to your situation. This is something that many people don't think about. So, what is that you are gonna do next? Are you thinking to move to the Netherlands on a DAFT visa or not? Maybe you want to book a consultation with me and I can guide you through what are the step to do in order to make your move smooth and sustainable. I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.